just check my phone.
Good evening. I'd like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary for August 1st, 2023 to order with a roll call, please.
Dudek,
Here.
McAlpine,
Here.
Walrath,
Here.
Weinhammer. Here. Stefani.
Here.
Thank you. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. We'll now move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I have a couple people that have signed in. Atticus. Great name. Atticus, why don't you come up and have a seat at this table here, and there's a microphone right there that you can speak into, okay? You can sit down or stand up, whatever you're more comfortable with. Okay. Just make sure you're talking to the microphone because we're recording this.
Hello, my name is Atticus Hoffinder, and I live at 306 Bell Drive in Cary. I want to talk to you today about allowing 2 to 3 backyard hens within Cary limits. There are many benefits that come from owning chickens, and I want to provide you with some information. Benefits from chickens. 1. They provide you with eggs. The average chicken lays approximately 260 eggs per year. These eggs are better quality than store-bought eggs. They are fresh, healthy eggs to eat. 2. They are not as noisy as dogs. 3. A small chicken flock is inexpensive, requires less space than most animals, and doesn't require much time. 4. Chickens have the ability to be trained. 5. Chickens provide you with fresh food, companionship, and a sense of accomplishment. 6. Are you really need to own chickens in a city or urban setting is a place for your bird to run, roost, nest, and sleep. Homemade coops could be made or pre-made. Coops like ones made by Omelette offers coops where the chickens sleep, lay eggs, and have a covered runner pen attached. Coops should offer 3 to 4 square feet per chicken. 7. Hens don't make as much noise as dogs. At 60 to 70 decibels, their noise is about the same level as a human conversation. Dogs can bark up to 120 decibels, or about the same as a police siren. 8. Toms that allow backyard chickens with similar or smaller yard sizes to those within Cary limits are Des Plaines, Wheeling, Niles, Oak Park, Palatine, Evanston, Rolling Meadows, Douglas Grove, and Chicago. I hope that you consider backyard chickens, and I hope to one day have hens to be able to take care of and get eggs from in the future.
Thank you very much. Pat Moody. You want to follow that?
I'd like to talk about giraffes. Actually, I would like to just mention, I live on 652 Krenz, and it's a 4-street neighborhood. Krenz, Alida, Arthur, Norman, with Mary Lane and School Street on the opposite ends. There's been numerous improvements in my neighborhood, specifically sidewalk replacements. It took, I'm going to say, an estimate about 2 years to get my sidewalk replaced. It had to be the biggest defective sidewalk based on tree roots in the whole neighborhood. It was done, the sidewalk was replaced about 4 to 6 weeks ago. 2 trees were removed, but the trees caused damage to my driveway and also to the walkway that was part of the sidewalk. So my driveway's been cut, and the rest of the driveway toward the street needs to be replaced. I've contacted Steve Kopaz and John Finch multiple times, trying to get a schedule about when this is gonna happen. I never get a call back, which it needs to be done because I think the tree caused the frost heaves in my driveway. So I'd like to get some kind of response from the Public Works guys to give me some idea, regardless of how long it may take, but I don't even get calls back from the numerous messages that I've left. That's my concern.
Okay, thank you for bringing this to our attention. This is the number that you left here is your current number to get?
That is correct.
Yeah, you'll hear from somebody from Public Works tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to address the village board? We'll go ahead and close open forum at 6:06. Two things on my report tonight. First is an Eagle Scout public service announcement presentation by none other than Xander Inglianera. Would you like to proceed, please?
Good evening. My name is Xander Gallinera, and I recently completed my Boy Scout Eagle project for my Eagle Scout rank. Today, I will be giving a presentation on this project. But first and foremost, I would like to start off and say that it is an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to speak here today, and how much I enjoyed working with the Village of Cary Public Works staff and my team, which consisted of Haley Weaver, Ryan Glowinski, Scotty Stark, and Drew and Gallinera, because none of this would be possible without them. Now, to get into my project. To give you guys some insight, I led a group of volunteers to create a social media-driven public service announcement for the Village of Cary about the damaging effects to household pipes in the Village of Cary's water treatment plant by disposing flushable wipes and other common household products down the toilet. I led these volunteers to work together to create a storyboard for the video that has been presented and approved by the Village of Cary. I guided a volunteer video crew through the production process in order to record educational and related content in order to achieve the goals of the project. And finally, I led a fellow scout through the revision and editing process. My Eagle project benefited the Village of Cary community and the Village Public Works by bringing awareness to this very expensive and dangerous problem through the use of digital media, social media, and humor. Our video locations include the wastewater treatment facility as well as my home. As I worked on my project, I made some observations. The video day with the village went extremely well. Everyone gave us wonderful insight and content that we were able to use in both the commercial PSA and extended educational video. Team meetings went well, and we all worked productively towards the goals of this project. Although, of course, I encountered a few challenges. To start, parts of the editing process were challenging, specifically when it came to trying to clear up messy audio. When we recorded, despite our microphone setup, there was wind and distracting background audio. My editor and I attempted to remove this, but only was successful in removing most of the background noise. Lastly, finding a substitute song for a song that ended up being copywritten without sacrificing the same energy of a specific scene. However, we were able to replace the copywritten song with a similar audio track, which was royalty-free. Finally, I would like to speak on my perspective of leadership, since leadership is a large part of an Eagle project. When I started to assemble a team of people, they all had a unique set of skills. I was able to lead this group of people and delegate tasks to each of them depending on the skills they had. For example, when we were making storyboards, Haley is extremely artistic, so she helped draw the visuals on the storyboard. Scotty and Ryan have been gifted with acting, voiceover, and great camera work, which was extremely valuable for this project. When it came to editing, Drew is very talented with editing software, and I let him do his thing while I gave my input when necessary. Every person on my team had an important role in completing this project, and all contributed in their own unique way to make this project what it is today. I had the privilege to bring them all together, guide them, and delegate tasks in order to form a finished project. Sometimes I'm asked, what is the most difficult part about being a leader? My response to this is taking a step back and trusting that people will do a great job. Sometimes it's hard to trust that everything will work out. The most rewarding part about being a leader is to see everything come together. It is amazing what people can achieve when everyone uses their own skill sets to contribute to a project. I found it extremely satisfying to trust someone with a task, feel nervous that it may not turn out great, then see the finished project and realize they did a better job than I could ever do. I learned that sometimes being a good leader often means having less control. The best ideas, moments, and products came when I gave up control and enabled a team member to shine with their talents. This is something that I learned about leadership that I did not expect. Now that everyone has a brief idea of what this project is all about, I would like to invite everyone to watch the final product of my project, a commercial-length public service announcement. Thank you and enjoy.
Mom, the toilet's not working again!
You've been using flushable wipes, haven't you? But you know those wipes are not biodegradable and clog pipes?
Explain, like, we do this twice a day, every day, 7 days a week. This is a wipe right there.
Flushable wipes and other non-biodegradable products cause backups in the water treatment plants and pipe systems, which cost the village and homeowners thousands of dollars. As you can see, flushable wipes don't break down like toilet paper, which causes the clogs.
Don't flush wipes. They aren't biodegradable. Use toilet paper instead. Also, wipes aren't the only thing that clog pipes. Products like paper towels, diapers, hygiene products, cotton swabs, and more also aren't biodegradable and should never be flushed.
Thanks for the help.
Remember, despite what the package may say, never flush flushable wipes. Sincerely yours, the Village of Cary.
Well done. Xander, any closing remarks? So we're free to put that out on all of our channels, right?
Yes.
And we will post the behind-the-scenes video as well.
No, there's a much longer video that's quite funny. All right, thank you very much. Next on my report, I have one proclamation. Schools Open Safety Week, August 21st through 25th, 2023, whereas children in our community are beginning a new school year, and whereas students will be walking or biking to school in neighborhoods, on sidewalks and streets, approaching or waiting at school bus stops and boarding or alighting from buses, and whereas motorists can help protect children by being especially careful near schools and in residential areas, watching their speed, observing traffic control devices, and obeying the Village of Cary crossing guards. And whereas the village encourages motorists to review and follow the rules of the road as they apply to school zones and school buses. Now, therefore, I, Mark Koenig, Mayor of the Village of Cary, do hereby proclaim August 21st through August 25th, 2023 as Schools Open Safety Week in the Village of Cary, and encourage all drivers to remember to drive carefully, especially when schools are back in session. Dated this first day of August, 2023. Trustee reports? Nothing? One thing on our, I get to it. One thing on our the consent, oh, that's right. Thank you, Courtney, my right-hand woman today. I will entertain a motion to approve consent agenda items A through F as shown on the village's website and is displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Stefani?
Yes.
Walrath?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
McAlpine?
Yes.
I will entertain a motion to approve an ordinance terminating the designation of the Cary Station Tax Increment Financing Redevelopment Project Area, commonly known as Cary TIF District Number 2, as created by the Cary Ordinance Number 0060908, adopted September 5th, 2006, as a tax increment financing redevelopment project area and dissolving the Cary Station Special Tax Allocation Fund.
So move.
Second.
Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. Village Board, the item before you this evening is an ordinance that will terminate TIF number 2 that was originally approved by the village back in 2006. As the board's aware, the village is progressing towards the potential adoption of a new TIF district, which would be TIF District number 3. And per state statute, a parcel cannot be located within 2 separate TIFs. So some of the majority of the properties that are within TIF 2 will also be located within TIF 3. So the village needs to terminate TIF 2 prior to the adoption of TIF number 3 or potential adoption of that at our next board meeting. The slide that you have up shown right now shows the existing balance of TIF number 2, which is roughly $210,000. Throughout the entire life of the TIF, it has not performed well, quite frankly. Total increment that the TIF has generated from its implementation back in 2006 is only $280,000. So roughly $210,000 of that will be distributed back to the county, which will then be distributed to the individual taxing districts based off their current tax rates. And this slide kind of breaks down what those anticipated numbers will be, but that the county will determine that and distribute those funds accordingly. So the ordinance before you this evening is proposed to terminate that TIF district, and following the approval of the termination of the district, we'll work with the county to have the ordinances certified, but also distribute those funds back to the appropriate taxing districts.
Any comments or questions for Brian?
I got a question. So this TIF district, where it was located, I understand that you can't have them overlap, but was this in the flooding area, which we were talking about last meeting?
There is some aspect to that. This TIF district goes from Borden to First Street.
Okay.
Kind of back behind over there. That's where Cambridge is. They're the only ones that really added to the increment with the renovation that they did. Gosh, that was in
2010.
2010, yeah.
Or, yeah.
So that's the only real improvement over there.
Okay.
One of the benefits for the flooding with the potential TIF number 3 is we'll have much more availability of funds to curtail any of the flooding issues that we have over at Veterans Park.
Yeah. Excuse me. TIF number 2 was it was a project-based TIF. There was a developer that had plans into the village back when the TIF was created for redeveloping the frontage along Crystal Street or Route 14. When the TIF was approved in 2006, that project was anticipated, and then obviously that project didn't go forward due to the recession, and then basically the properties in that area have remained stagnant since then. But the Cary Creek runs behind the properties that front on the 14, and they go through the Veterans Park site, so that's where we've had flooding issues in the past for significant storm events in the rear of those properties.
Got it. Understood. Thank you.
Anything else? Roll call, please.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Stefani?
Yes.
Walrath?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to administrator's report. Acting Administrator Courtney Sage, anything?
Nothing for you this
Oh,
evening.
come on. Lay something on us. You're sitting in the big seat.
Talk about Thursday.
I don't want to steal the Chiefs' thunder.
I appreciate
What a
that.
team player. Okay, Courtney will give you a pass this time. Department reports, Chief Finland.
Just a reminder that we have our National Night Out event on Thursday, August 3rd from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. There'll be educational displays, activities, and some static displays that'll include helicopter that'll be landing in Caper Park. So again, that's Thursday, August 3rd, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and food trucks. And special thanks to our Citizen Police Academy Alumni Association for coordinating all this, event. That's about 4 months worth of preparation for 2 hours of event.
Yeah, it's a very well attended. People love it. It's just really great, and it's supposed to be beautiful weather. So we ordered that and it came through. Deputy Director Stein, anything for us?
Yes, I do. Just give you an update on the tower painting project.
as of, I believe, last Friday, all the structural repairs are complete. The inside of the tower has been completely sandblasted, painted, it's done. They're just waiting for that to cure. And then the only thing internally is there's going to be a mixer installed. It's a mechanical device that will be done near the end of the project. As you can see, the tent has been up. They should start sandblasting if it's not windy tomorrow. The project is, in my opinion, ahead of schedule. If they can get 4 good days, they will have the outside blasted and primed. And then they will start with the overcoat, and then the final thing will be the Cary logo. So they're moving along well.
Great. You guys prepared down there for your new chief that's going to start next week?
Yes.
Good to hear.
Looking forward to it.
Director Simmons, anything else? No update. Okay. Any future agenda items and discussion by the village board? None said. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 6:21.